Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. I moved these potted capsicums out of the garden bed and down here along this wall. After our last downpour, they got pretty damp sitting up there. Some fruit have split. I'm not sure if it's due to the cold weather or too much water, or maybe a combination of both. Very happy to be picking these this late in the season. These are the long sweet yellow capsicums, and if left, they turn this beautiful red. This is one of the pots that I sowed some greens into. This is the red velvet lettuce. I will have to take it out of this saucer, otherwise the soil is going to get far too wet. These capsicums that I potted up out of the garden bed are sitting here with a fair bit of protection from the apples over the top, but I will have to make it a priority to get these in under a bit more cover moving forward with the colder weather coming. I was so happy to get my rhubarb all top dressed and mulched before the rain came. I was hurrying to get that done. And I've started tidying around here where I have my herbs. The lemon balm had gone fairly crazy, and every couple of years I get in and dig a fair bit of it out and keep it back here along this edge. I do like to keep this job for when we've had a bit of rain and it is much easier to pull it out or dig it out. It has fairly surface roots that I find fairly easy to contain. The pineapple sage is flowering and the honey eaters will be enjoying that soon. I was very happy once I cleared the lemon balm. I actually noticed that I have some lemons on here. So that was a lovely surprise. I thought I might have had a few, but I didn't realize how many. Every year this little tree surprises me with how prolific it is. The curry plant is just beautiful. I was going to trim it back, but I think I will enjoy it for a little bit longer. I cut back the asparagus and top dressed with a bit of mushroom compost just before the rain started, and this is a good indicator as to how much we got. A fair bit more than what I had thought we were going to get. Also, I'm pulling up the soaker hose that I normally water this garden bed with. I pull it up every winter so that the frost and the cold weather doesn't damage it. I am aiming to hopefully get a plastic-free watering system running through this bed by summer. I was very happy to get in and get this rhubarb top dressed before the rain. I did pick a heap of stalks before I did that. I cooked them up and made a vanilla pudding with rhubarb sauce, which didn't last very long. I am also trialing a bit of wool mulch around the base of the rhubarb. Even though all the seedlings in the bed are fairly new, I am still managing to pick a few things out of the garden. I'm enjoying the wombok leaves along with a few spinach leaves and some of the turnip leaves, which are really quite delicious. And I also got one of the cucumbers from the school garden, which was just so lovely to eat at this time of year, knowing it has been grown locally. I've been chipping away at this lemon balm over the last couple of days, and I'm on to the last little bit here. All this lemon balm that I've pulled out goes into the council pickup green bins. I do not put this in my compost bins. I don't think they get hot enough to kill them off. So it will go in there. It's one of the few things that I send out in our council bins. but it will be lovely to have this bit extra space here, and I thought I might plant out some of the new varieties of calendula along with some onions and things. I have the leeks that grow there. They just self-seed by the lemon tree. I don't pick them to eat the leeks. They are purely grown for the flowers. So just to fill in with something different will be a nice change. And it will also allow me to get in and hopefully get a bit of compost out of these bins. It's quite a tough spot to grow anything in here close to the fence due to my neighbour's tree roots, and also Mrs. Possum is in the trees that overhang here, so I don't usually grow anything I eat under the tree canopy. I got some excess walking onions going in some loo rolls back a month or so ago. They're looking great. And I have actually planted some over here at the end, and it's more mainly for visuals than anything that I will be picking. If they're there, I may as well plant them up and enjoy seeing them growing and fill in some empty pockets of the garden. You may remember these are the brassicas that I pulled out of the pots that I seeded them in, and I threw them in a roll because they were very stunted in the pots, and all of a sudden they took off. There is a few of the green Brussels sprouts, so I am really keen to get those in and just see how they grow. So what I am going to do is try and plant as many of these as I can in this large pot that the strawberries were in. I'm not sure what they are. The purple ones could be red Brussels sprouts, or they could be cauliflower as well. I can't remember what I sowed into those plastic pots, but it is a good reminder to always write labels, something I failed to do that time. I am pretty sure I would have been saying to myself, I will remember. Of course I will remember what these are. So my aim is to put as many as I can in this pot, definitely putting all of the green Brussels sprouts in here and anything else that may fit around the edges. Let's experiment and just see how many brassicas you can grow in this pot. After pulling the strawberry plants out, I did put some cow manure, mushroom compost, and top dressed with all my usuals to build up that soil. There was a lot of strawberries in there, and I have since bought another large tub to put those in. But it's going to take a minute to get that all set up. Hopefully it will get done before spring starts. I wish I could just get a pot and it just involved planting them, but that would probably just be a little too easy and straightforward. I love vintage things in the garden, so I'm hoping my patience will pay off. I did trim all the strawberry plants back, and I've packed them into a pot with some coir packed around all the root systems, and they will be okay like that through winter. I haven't seen a cabbage white around since our temperature dropped and we had all that cold rain. I'm hoping they're gone now and I can remove the nets off the 3 beds that have them on. There is going to be far too many for me to put in here, but I'm going to squish in as many as I can and just see how it goes. I am definitely no expert when it comes to gardening, but I do love to experiment and test things out for myself because you just never know. I'm really not at all keen to waste any Brussels sprout plants that I sowed, but I think there will be some cauliflowers that I just do not have room for. I will send a few to the school and the rest will just be composted, I guess. I did plant up some into the beds and I have a few to replace if any are eaten off, and then I'll do away with the rest. Like I did the tomato plants during summer, made sure I got them in the bed and that they were growing, and then just gave away or composted the leftover plants. As the saying goes, I would rather be looking at them than for them. It would be a wonderful thing if I can get all these growing in this tiny pot. That would be a feat worth seeing. Now I have these few here left over and I'm just going to pack them back into the roll with a bit of extra soil out of the pot and get them rolled up, and that way I will have them in case any of these get eaten off or die in the next couple of days. It is getting fairly late and I am losing so much light. I'll just get a little bit of pea straw around them to cover that soil and hold them up a little straighter. I did try to plant them as deep as I could, but this straw will just insulate that soil a bit. We are due for more rain. Another very productive hour spent out here again tonight. It really is quite amazing how many things you can get ticked off in the garden just coming back day after day for small amounts of time.